Hi, and welcome to video 2 in our dplyr series. So before we start looking at the dplyr verbs, let's look for just a minute at our flights data set, and let's just look at what it has for carrier. Wow. So we might want to replace these with some real names. Right? So I'm going to show you a way to do that. I'm going to call it a lookup table, and what I will do is I will go somewhere and research, probably to the data dictionary for this, and find out what are the valid names for these guys, what do the codes mean in terms of names, and when I find that out, I will put that together in what I'm going to call a lookup table. So what I'm doing is I'm using the symbol that's in this column that I'm going to want to replace, and I'm using that as the name of the variable, and I'm setting that what it's equal to. Okay, so AA stands for American Airlines, AS is Alaska, B6 is JetBlue, so forth. So if I just input that and save that in the variable called LUT, if I look at LUT, you can see I have named entries, right? So the name came along with it. I could do names of LUT, right? And that gave me the names of them. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to make a column called carrier name. So I'm going to make flights data set, and I'm going to name a new column carrier name, and I am going to look up in the table. So I'll use the entry into here, into this vector, from the flights carrier. Oops, what did I do? Okay, now if I look at flights, let's glimpse. We'll use the glimpse command and see what's in flights. Ah, look, it's added carrier name, and now instead of UA, it's got United. Instead of AA, it's got American. Instead of B6, it's got JetBlue. So sometimes I could have just overwritten carrier with the carrier name, but in this case, I just wanted to add it in as a new variable, so that would explain better what is in my data set. So your first exercise is going to be to use some definitions of cancellation codes to add a code column to H flights. And this is not your flights data set, this is H flights that we libraried in. So I want you to use that and then and add a new column, and I'll show you in the exercise write-up of how you're going to show me what they were, and show me the last 20 that were not equivalent to NA. Okay, and that's going to be your first exercise, and then come back and we will pick up video 3 with our first dplyr verb, and we'll talk about the verb select.